take a look at Billy Williams in left field on deck. There's a grounder to the right side to Bobby Valentine. And he gets it over there, and they're 2 down.
You may see a few of those numbers off the end of the bat by these right-handed hitters off Downey. He throws an exceptional screwball, something he came up with last year that finally in his career made him a successful pitcher. Sweet, swinging Billy Williams up, batting .296, 12 homers, 33 RBIs. When he is hot, there's no better hitter in baseball, and he is sizzling right now. He's hit at least 1 home run in each of the last 4 games in this homestand. He has 5 homers in his last 4 games. A strike to him. The Major League record, by the way, is 8 homers, is 8 consecutive games hitting home runs. Dale Long did it with the Pirates back in 1956. Curves him, and it's in for strike 2. Billy Williams really celebrated his birthday on Thursday. He hit 2 home runs against San Diego. 2 down, nobody on, no score. Wrigley Field, Chicago, NBC's Saturday game of the week. High fly ball to right, not deep. Robinson comes in, wind blowing, held it up. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs at the end of the first inning, no score.
Gillette has created a revolutionary new kind of shaving system. First, to shave you close, we put in our finest blade. Then, to shave you even closer, we put in another one. 2 separate blades in a replaceable cartridge. 2 blades. To get whisker 1 blade could miss. The Gillette Track 2 2-bladed shaving system. Gillette made it 1 blade better.
Picture, if you can, Professor, an alien being with an intelligence far greater than our own.
No, I think I got my chocolate in your peanut butter.
No, I got my peanut butter on your chocolate.
Hey, this is terrific.
You're a genius.
2 great tastes that taste great together. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Real milk chocolate. Good old-fashioned peanut butter.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Junior Gilliam coaching his first, the card shark of the Dodgers. Played in 7 World Series, the only player who performed in all 4 Dodger championship clubs. This is his 8th year as a coach, and over at third is Danny Ozark, his 28th season in the Dodger system. Had longer continuous service than anyone presently in uniform with the Dodgers. We have some other games today. In the National League, we have only 1 game in the afternoon. That's San Francisco at St. Louis, with Bryant pitching against Cleveland. Frank Robinson, ball 1 to him. Night games tonight in the National League. New York's at Cincinnati, San Diego at Pittsburgh, Montreal at Atlanta, Philadelphia at St. Louis. 1 ball, 1 strike to Frank Robinson with a .275 average, 8 homers, 31 RBIs. Right to the box. Easy play for Pappas. 1 away. Billy Buckner batting .320. 1 homer, 8 runs batted in. Tony, they say of the outstanding group of young players the Dodgers have, this is the most talented. And they've got quite a few. Young Bill Russell, who was playing shortstop quite a bit until Maury Wills fought his way back in the lineup. Willie Crawford, Garvey. He's got a good combination out of this Dodger team, something that Walter Olson has strived for. Youth, some veterans, speed, some power. And a first pitch, a strike to Bill Buckner. 1 out, no score, top of the second. Buckner has a 9-game batting streak going, and he's hit safely in 19 of his last 20. Fouled away, strike 2. He is number 5 in batting in the National League. The happy one. Van Gien leads the league with .342. Rico Carty, Matty Alou, Joe Torre, and Bill Buckner. Familiar names up there. Torre, Alou, Carty, Van Gien, and Buckner, a new name in the top 5. Pinella leads the American League with .322. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buckner's older brother, Bob, was an infielder in the Dodger organization. He hits 300 every year in the minors. There goes his bat, and the bounding ball to Kessinger, and the shortstop there by 2 steps with a throw. He's down. Say one thing, this Pappas is really pitching the spot so far. He hasn't. Every one of his pitches has either been on the corner or just off. He challenges the hitters. You can compare him quite a bit to Ferguson Jenkins on the same Cubs staff. Although Pappas has been coming off some arm problems, but he's around the plate, not afraid to challenge the hitters, throws strikes, and doesn't throw too many right down the center of the plate. 2 out, bases empty. Duke Sims hitting 188, strike 1. Pappas getting that first pitch in there has immediately moved ahead of the hitters. That's the way to pitch. Interesting shot here from our center field camera. You can see so many things. Let's watch Hundley how he moves around. Now he's going inside. And strike 2 on a foul ball. You know, Kurt, with this camera right here, you can see so many things. With that high-powered lens from center field, you can see the position of that batter in the box. See that catcher's signs, actually, something nobody else can see except the pitcher on the mound. And you can also see Hundley how he moves around. Now he's going outside. Big top foul, back toward the netting, out of play. Take a look at Hundley once again. You see him stepping outside, wanting his pitcher Pappas to move away on the outside part of the plate. Let's see if Milt gets there. Inside pitch, though. Going inside. Pappas either had an idea of his own or just missed completely. I wouldn't think, though, that Milt, with the control he has, would miss that far. He really wanted to go inside. 2 strikes to Duke Sims. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 out, nobody on. Sims, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Every now and then he'll yank one out of the park on you. Curve just a bit low. 2-2. Fly ball to left field. Billy Williams will be there. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Dodgers again. At the end of an inning and a half, the Dodgers nothing, the Cubs nothing.
You wait. You wait for him to surface. And when he does, you always offer up a silent thanks. He's your son and he runs the ship now. But you still live every dive he makes like you lived your own for 40 years. You know, one time around is all a man gets. But it's a full life if you live it and share it with all the gusto you can. Gusto. You look for it in everything, even in your beer, if it Schlitz, and it has been all your life. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Other games in the American League today, they've been shaking their heads in Baltimore over the poor old Orioles. All they've done is won their last 8 in a row. They're playing at Minnesota. They haven't started. Chicago got 3 in the first inning on a Bill Melton homer, his 7th of the year. White Sox lead Boston 3-0. That's a day-night affair at Cole Porter. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees won, Texas nothing. First game of a doubleheader. Boston against Klein. Kansas City at Milwaukee has not started. Cleveland at Oakland, not yet underway. Tonight, Detroit at California, and again Chicago at Boston. Jim Hickman, batting .287, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. Al Downing's first pitch to him. Moores down the middle for a strike. Hickman hit a home run yesterday against a breeze about twice as strong today blowing in against the Hickman. Inside, 1-1, up above the green out in center field. The tarp was laid over the bleachers to protect the vision of the hitters. DeRocher said it was an almost incredible blow against the wind. Strokes the ground ball to third. Booted by Markowitz and hit the drive.
Dillon is going to his left, Kurt. Didn't look sure of that ball almost right when it came off the bat. Went after it, didn't charge it, kind of got back on his heels. Had no balance, no rhythm.
Here's a fellow that is the Cubs think playing their best baseball right now, Jose Cardinal, in a 9-game batting streak. For the year, he's hitting .304, 7 homers, 31 RBIs. He's stolen 12 bases. A ball to him. Cardinal has drifted from club to club. He's still only 28. Leo DeRocher back at the third base coaching line.
Pete Reeser, usually the third base coach, has been a little bit ill, nothing serious. Virus and flu. He was in uniform today, but got on the coaching line. And plus, Leo's a little bit superstitious. They've been hot, maybe he's staying there for that reason.
Back to DeRocher when he was a young manager coach at third.
Maybe Leo got wind of the little interview we did last year with Dick Dozier, the Tribune where it came out. Dozier said, a little old. Get out there and become a little more active in the coaching box.
Ball drive, deep to left. It is home run.
Look at that flight body on him. 20 miles per hour. Let's watch Leo as he waves. Look at him pulling for that one to be fair. The ball was actually probably 20 feet fair, and then the wind got hold of it going in from dead center field, and it just barely ended up being fair where it hit the foul pole.
There's a drive to right field by Sano. Caught by Frank Robinson. There are 2 down, 1 out. Incidentally, we just figured up here, Cardinal now has had 16 hits in his last 27 times at bat for an average of .592.
Every player you talk to on the Cubs will tell you that he's been the best player on their ball club this first part of the season. And some, Hank Aguirre for one, thinks he's been the best player in the National League all around.
Carmen Fanzone playing first base. In there for a strike to him. He's hitting .232 with 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Cubs 2, Dodgers nothing. Ball 1, strike 1. Fanzone will play the national anthem tomorrow on Father's Day. He's an outstanding trumpeter. Gives lessons in the off-season with the trumpet. Foul back. I asked him today who his favorite jazz trumpeter was, and he said Chet Baker. That's what about Bunny Berrigan? I said, who? I really dated myself. One ball, 2 strike pitch. 2-2 to him.
Let's take a look again. Watch DeRocher on that home run by Cardinal. He is actually standing on the foul line, pulling for it with that body English to stay in fair territory. I think Kurt that technically is illegal. Coach should not be out of the third base or first base coaching box, but in that situation, everybody, the umpires included, are watching that ball to see what it's going to do.
All right, 2 out, nobody on. Randy Hundley up, batting .194, 1 homer, 14 RBIs. Had 2 knee operations the last 2 years. His knee is still giving him trouble. Hard ground ball to shortstop Wills. The Cubs are out, but they came up With 2 runs on 1 hit, there was 1 error, nobody left. So at the end of 2, it's the Cubs 2, the Dodgers nothing.
Here's a non-stick Teflon surface, painted with 2 coats of Lucite house paint. It's dry. Now we can show you a sheet made from the same Lucite paint we've been testing on houses all over the country. Now, these tests have shown that Lucite lasts longer than other leading house paints. So, next time you paint your house, seal it in Lucite.
You ever have trouble starting your car because your ignition system got wet? Well, Chrysler Plymouth is offering a new electronic ignition system that gives you quick starts no matter how hard it rains. I keep telling you, they're really trying to build their cars to run better and last longer than ever before. Like this 72 Plymouth Satellite. I think that's the kind of car America wants. Free passes today. The apartment houses across the street here at Wrigley Field.
You've seen people up in that spot on the real warm days. That boy's got his shirt off, but it's not that warm. So they've cooked their meals out there, had their lunches. A good seat.
Willie Crawford, batting .223, 5 homers, 11 runs batted in. Pappas has retired the first 6 batters he's faced. Check swinging a ball to him. That's foul outside first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Using that sinker down low, the count 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out.
Pappas actually throws a couple of different kinds of fastball. He'll throw the one that you just saw in the last pitch, the one that sinks, goes down when it approaches the strike zone, and also one that he throws a little bit more 3/4 that'll ride away from the left-handed hitters. Won't sink as much, but will dart away.
2 balls and a strike. First time he's been behind a hitter. 3-1 to Willie Crawford. High foul. That'll be drifting into the seat. 3-2. Well, they're getting a lot of baseball fever in this town. The Cubs now are on a tear. The White Sox vastly improved. They're drawing well at Comiskey Park, and the Cubs here at Wrigley Field. Both teams right up in the pennant races. Crawford is on. First base runner for the Dodgers.
Cubs actually, Kurt, in the last 3 weeks have gained quite a bit of ground on the Mets, but they haven't been able to budge much closer to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Maury Wills, the switch hitter, got off to a bad start. They benched him. Now he's back in. He's played the last week. He's batting .134. No homers, no RBIs. That's Fanzone holding at first base. He's not an experienced or an accomplished first baseman. Pappas high with a fastball, 1-0.
We saw Wes Parker in our pregame show on First Base Play if you were tuned in, and they've had a chance to see, and we'll see more of the footwork of both Fanzone and Buckner during this game.
1-1 to Maury Wills. University of Southern California won an unprecedented 3rd straight College World Series last night, defeating top-ranked Arizona State 1-0 at Omaha. Ground ball is short, double play ball, 1 and 2.
There goes Fan Zone, getting off in case the ball's hit in his direction. Now Crawford breaks. Hit very hard. Watch how hard Crawford slides.
Back to that USC victory over Arizona State, Maury Wills' 19-year-old son, Elliott, played on the Arizona State team. They call him Bump. And he was named to the College World Series All-Star team. He's an outfielder, Maury's boy.
And Maury tells us he outruns him, too.
He must be pretty quick. 2 down, nobody on. 2-1 to Al Downing. Cubs ahead, 2-0. Top of the third. Two and two. That's all. Downing's gone. Second strikeout for Pappas. At the end of 2.5 innings, our score is the Cubs 2 and the Dodgers nothing.
Now, the Lone Ranger.
Shaving makes my face feel like it's been in a knockdown fight with an outlaw. That's why I'm glad there's a skin conditioner in Aquavelva. Right, Tonto?
That's right, Kimasabi. Aquavelva does more than just smell nice. It makes face feel like quiet lake, cool and smooth.
Well said, Tonto.
Aquavelva. It does a lot more than just smell nice.
You use your electric razor.
How do you know?
I can feel it. You stopped using your electric razor.
No, I still use it.
No.
Sure, but now I use Williams Electric Shave.
Tell me more.
Electric Shave makes my beard stand up for a smooth, non-irritating shave that feels barber close.
Only barber close.
For a shave that feels barber close.
On your right, coaching for the Dodgers at first, Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks, 41 years old. Never played in the minors. Voted the greatest all-time Cub player by Chicago fans in '69. And Leo DeRocher at third. I think probably the most famous shot of a third base coach is when Bobby Thompson hit the shot heard round the world in 1951. And Eddie Stanky ran down the third base line and jumped on DeRocher's back, sprawling him to the ground. I'll never forget that. A strike to Milt Pappas. DeRocher coached 4 years under Alston, at Los Angeles. Pappas is a good hitter for a pitcher. A one-strike pitch by Downing. Outside a ball, 1-1. Pappas is tied with Bob Gibson for the most home runs by a pitcher of the active pitchers still in the majors. They each have 18. There's a base hit to left. That's the second hit for the Cubs. Now we go to the top of the order, and Don Kessinger, who bounced to third his first trip, hitting .254.
Experiences for the bat boy who just ran back into the dugout. He was out getting a jacket for Milt Pappas, and there's cold air here at Wrigley Field, right off the Lake Michigan here in Chicago.
Will somebody bring us up a jacket? Dodgers at first and third were defensing against a possible bunt. This is the play. Everybody's on the move. Charging at first and third. Shortstop over to cover second. Second baseman to cover first. Outfielders moving to backup throws. Catcher moving out. Pitcher ready to pounce off the mound. Good sacrifice. Bobby Valentine took the throw at first. Sacrifice for Kessinger.
And you've got to ask yourself, would Leo have put the bunt on if they'd been playing an artificial surface? They say the bunting has gone out of the game because the ball rolls so fast, but here in Wrigley Field, good old natural grass.
Beckert grounded out his first time. Goes to the right side. Valentine scoops and throws, and there are 2 down, and over to third goes Pappas. And here's Billy Williams. Williams fly to right field his first time. The Cubs ahead 2-0. They have a runner on third, 2 down in the last of the third inning. Feel that wave up here. 1 strike to Williams.
It's a pretty good curveball, a pitch that you don't see Billy Williams swing at too often, one that bounced in the dirt. He had made up his mind, apparently, to go after it. It was anywhere near the plate.
Fastball on the outside corner to him. And the Cub fans doing some hometown umpiring. Thought it was outside. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, Pappas at third. A ball and 2 strikes to Williams.
Keep our eye on Duke Sims now with 2-strike count, ahead of the hitter. See what he's going to try and do and how he's going to operate. Which way he shifts on Williams.
Nearly had him 2-2. Al Downing finished third last year in the National League in the Cy Young Award voting for the top pitcher, behind Fergie Jenkins and Tom Seaver.
Then on third base, anything low down in the dirt, you can bet that Sims is going to get right down on those knees, make sure he can keep the ball in front of him, prevent that pass ball or wild pitch.
2-2 pitch. 3-2 to Williams. High like an eagle.
What do you think he's going to do? He's 3-2. He was way ahead.
I think he'll
throw him
serve
a couple. I do too. You know, the good hitters these days.
Hit. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left for the Cubs at the end of 3. It's the Chicago Cubs 2 and the Los Angeles Dodgers nothing.
Hey, Mrs. Douglas.
Yes, Mr. Douglas?
Let me borrow your shampoo.
Mr. Douglas, you are a romantic devil.
Head and Shoulders? See, if I'd known you had a dandruff problem, I never would have married you.
And use Head and Shoulders regularly. And I no longer have a dandruff problem.
It's got a good clean smell to it. Woohoo! Here's a good hill of lather, too.
Oh, it is the best-selling shampoo in America, darling.
Best-selling dandruff shampoo.
Best-selling shampoo of any kind.
Of any kind?
You know what?
What?
I have sexy hair.
No. You have a new wife who lets you borrow her Head and Shoulders.
You've got sexy hair, too.
You know, if I didn't use Head and Shoulders regularly, you probably wouldn't have married me.
You're probably right.
Our over-the-hill gang will be moving to Pittsburgh Monday night. You'll see Frank Robinson, Willie Davis among the Dodgers, playing the world champion Pittsburgh Pirates, Willie Stargell and Manny Sanguillen. Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, Dodgers and the Pirates, Part 2 of the history of baseball broadcasters with special emphasis on television broadcasting. Monday night.
Let me ask you about that later. What do you mean our over-the-hill crew?
Kidding. Billy Grabarkowitz in the leadoff spot in the Dodger batting order has ball one. Billy was a member of the 1970 National League All-Star team. Fouled out of play as a write-in selection, which isn't too easy when you look at the spelling on the back of his jersey. Some fans just wrote in Billy G., Los Angeles Dodgers. Voting underway now for the All-Star game by you fans. Richie Allen is the leader in the American League in vote getting so far in the first announcement. 2-1. Pappas fires a strike, 2-2.
He has really been on the corner so far today, Kurt.
Yeah, he's moving that ball around beautifully. 2-2 count. Full count to Billy Grabarkowitz. Valentine on deck, and then Willie Davis.
Most pitchers believe that if you're going to miss with a pitch and have it go not where you want it to go, is to miss out of the strike zone, not toward the middle of the plate, which is what Pappas is doing.
Struck him out on a pitch up around the eye. Third strikeout for Pappas. Bobby Valentine grounded out his first time up. You know, Pappas pitched 5 shutouts last season. Tied Al Downing, Steve Blass, and Bob Gibson for the most in the this year. That was against the Braves here at Chicago. A ball to Bobby Valentine. Walter Alston. How am I going to get some runs here? They've been hard to come by the last week. One away, nobody on. A 1-1 count to Bobby Valentine.
Dodger pitching staff is what has been doing it for them so far this year, Kurt. Sutton, Brewer, the relief pitcher, Osteen among the leaders in the National League.
Well, that's a tough play. Kessler just can't make it. I don't think he would have thrown him out anyway, because Valentine can move.
One of those do-or-die plays. Don knew he had to get rid of it. Let's watch him again. Watch that crossover step to get the fast break. Shoots that glove out at the last second. Now he's going to try the old jump pass. Knows he's got to hurry with the speed of Valentine, but the ball just gets away from him.
You know who was great with that jump pass? Harry Gilmer when he played at Alabama. Willie Davis grounded out his first time. Long drive into right field. That ball is in the corner, and a sensational grab out there by Jim Hickman. He went out of our view as he ran into the corner. Our view is obstructed up there. What a grab by Jim Hickman. Here he is. Yeah, wind blowing right into the hitter's face. Hickman was playing a little shallow, and Willie Davis really ripped one of those hard, low, sinking, hooking line drives, like a golfer's hook shot. He just caught up to it. There's the corner, you see, and where that stand juts out, our view is blocked out. All right, here is Frank Robinson up. A ball to him. We're going to pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Television 11 WBAL in Baltimore.
Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek back with you in Chicago. 2 down, Bobby Valentine at first. Ball 2 to Robinson. The Cubs are leading in the top of the 4th inning, 2-0 on Jose Cardinal's 2-run homer. Frank Robinson, 511 lifetime homers. Went after a bad pitch, 2-1. Ernie Banks has 512, one more than Frank. Frank will pass him this year.
Position of those feet, Van Zone holding that runner close. The
Down the right field line, twisting toward the stands, out of play. A 2-2 count.
Kurt, you won't see too many hitters that are as aggressive as Frank Robinson at the plate, and a hitter that has been hit by pitch balls, as you've mentioned, so many times, and yet he still cannot be intimidated. You knock this man down, he's going to jump back up on his feet, and he's going to hurt you.
If we get a chance, we'll show you the center field. There it is. You can see how close he is to the plate. Just threw that ball right by him. Strikeout number 4 for Pappas. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left for the Dodgers. In the middle of the 4th, Cubs 2, Dodgers nothing.
The concept of a Chrysler has never changed. It's been an automobile with a responsive, precise affection for the road. It's been an automobile that provided you with spaciousness, not to be found in a lesser car. It's been an automobile that carried you from place to place in maximum comfort. It's been an automobile built with integrity to last. It's been an automobile that comes only one way, big. And with this Chrysler, it's an automobile almost anyone can afford. The 1972 Newport Royal.
Via the satellite, Wimbledon tennis, Saturday, July 8, 12:30 to 2, the men's singles, 5 to 6 p.m., ladies singles, men's doubles, and also another tennis match scheduled by NBC, Sunday, July 2nd, the Holton Tennis Classic in St. Louis, 3:30 to 5:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Jim Hickman reached in an error in his first trip. Batting .285, Downing throws a strike to him. Tony was talking about the Dodger pitching carrying them this year. They lead the National League, their staff, with the lowest earned run average, 2.26. Strike. The Cubs staff is second, earned run average of 2.58. Don Sutton has been the leader on the Dodger staff, and we'll see him on the Monday night game against baseball's best hitting team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Went after a low outside pitch and hits it up in the air. Looked like a screwball, Tony. Coming on is Frank Robinson loses the ball. Bobby Valentine lost his cap, got out of his way, and Frank Robinson lost the ball.
Mixed up in communications. Valentine could have had it much more easily than Frank. Frank maybe just took his eye off the ball just a fraction of a second to see where his second baseman was.
Strong wind blowing against the hitter held that one up. Fly balls are being held up today in the outfield. They're waiting for the scoring. It's ruled an error on Frank Robinson. Well, Hickman twice now has reached an error. Jose Cardinal hit a home run. That wind now is deceiving in that flag. Up in the American flag in center field, you can really see it. Ball. There it is. You can see it ripping in there from center field toward home plate. Hickman at first, no outs. Cubs ahead 2-0. Last of the 4th. One and one. Where does Cardinal get his power, Tony?
He just has he swings hard for one thing, Kurt, but he's very quick. He's very cat-like. He holds the bat, as you see, right down on the end. He doesn't give it in at all to the pitcher. And he just swings from the heel. Become a little more selective, they say, this year. Is why he's been more successful at the bat. He's waiting a little bit more for his pitch.
Well, he weighs 150 pounds. He's already hit 8 homers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, that's another example. You don't have to be 7 feet tall or weigh 280 to be a Major League Baseball star.
Fell on the mound. Al Downing, when he first came up with the Yankees, had one of the best fastballs you'd ever want to see. And Al at that time weighed about 170, 75 pounds. Just put all the things together.
timing, coordination. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pops it up. Third baseman Grabarkowitz will handle it. 1 away. Ron Santo lined to right field his first time. You know, he ended the season, you'll remember, last year in a spat of dissension with the manager DeRocher, so did Pepitone and Milt Pappas. There were some hard feelings on the Cubs at the end of last year with their manager, but things appear to have quieted down. A ball to Sano.
Unlike Pappas, Downing has been behind these Cubs hitters. Pitching 1 ball, no strike counts.
Finds the corner with a strike, 1-1.
Let's watch Downing from our telephoto lens in center field, and look at the grip on the ball. You can look right into his glove. Doesn't do much fingering of the ball like some pitchers. See the release?
1-1 pitch. Crowds him. Ball 2, strike 1. Sano was hit on the wrist by Larry Dierker back on May 5th. Broken bone. He was out of action for over 3 weeks. Returned to the lineup May 29th. Still has 7 homers. Oh, he went fishing.
You can see so far these Cubs hitters have been a little bit anxious. Downing has been actually pitching from behind. 1-0, then he went 2-1. And Santo that time was so anxious, looking for a good pitch near the strike zone, he went after a bad one. Making up his mind a little bit too soon.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Ron Santo. Jim Hickman's at first base, 1 away. Solid shot to left. And it's off the leg to Crawford. Here comes Hickman rounding third. He's in to score. Wills bobbled to throw in from the outfield, and in the second goes Sano. That'll be a base hit for Sano and an error on Crawford.
Ball played very badly by Willie Crawford. Had a chance to stop and get a front into the ball, play his own hop, kicks the ball away. Ball hit that hard to left field. The chances are that runner on first base is not even going to try for third base. I'm sure he's saying to himself out there right now, why'd you play it so fast? You had all the time in the world.
That's the second error this inning on the Dodgers, their third of the game, and here's Carmen Fanzone, who struck out his first time. Fanzone's been a good spot player. They put him in the outfield at third and first. Filled in for Sano when he was injured. And Pepitone retired. He stepped in at first also. Pepitone will come back on July 1st. He is now enthralled with baseball again. Two and nothing to Fanzone. Cubs leading 3-0. A runner on second, 1 out. Went for the high fastball. Fouls it upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Pepitone is not allowed to sit in the dugout. He works out every day. He was told he had to report by July 1st, and DeRocher told him, if you don't report ready to play, you're done here with the Cubs. And DeRocher said he's been working out very hard. He's in excellent shape, and he's going to help us. He'll be back on the list on July 1st. 2-2.
think something unusual for a Dodger team so far in this game, Kurt. The trademark of the Dodgers, and of course some of our old Yankee ball clubs, was that we never beat ourselves. Already we've seen Grabarkowitz make an error, and then the home run by Cardinale, and now a couple of errors in this fourth inning.
Struck him out. Knee-high pitch. 2 down. Tuesday night, Sir John Guigo unveils the genius of Leonardo da Vinci on an NBC special, Leonardo, to know how to see, right here on NBC. Hundley grounded out his first time. Giants and Cardinals have gone 3 innings, no score. Bryant against Cleveland, the only other day game in the National League. Score here, Chicago 3, Los Angeles nothing. Foul ball. In the American League at the end of 2.5, Baltimore 1, Minnesota nothing. Dobson against Blyleven. White Sox lead the Red Sox 3-0 into 2. Yankees lead Texas in the first game of a doubleheader 2-0 at the end of 8. Klein pitching that shutout. Milwaukee 1, Kansas City nothing, end of an inning and a half. Cleveland Oakland has not started. 1 strike to Randy Hundley. 1-1.
You see the back there of second base umpire Andy Olson. Difference in technique of umpiring in the National League versus the American League. That National League umpire on the infield grass. The American League umpire would actually be behind Ron Santo for that second base runner.
There's a bounding ball skipping up the middle. Here comes Santo in the score, and the Cubs are ahead 4-0. They'll give Hundley a run batted in as they play Dixie in salute to his Southern heritage. Mike Strawler warming up.
And I guess a bit of second guessing could go on right after that play. With the first base open and the pitcher coming up, you say, well, why'd Walt decide to pitch to Randy Hundley? Probably because Pappas is a pretty good hitter.
0-1 to Pappas, who single to left in the third inning. Strike 2 across the letters. 0-2 to Pappas at first base. Randy Hundley, 2 down. For strike 3. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 left. At the end of 4, and broke through the match. Now DeRoche, backer and a fullback. Under Woody Hayes at Ohio State. We may say Woody's team in the Rose Bowl or Michigan. Larry Jansen is the Cubs pitching coach. He's in the bullpen. With Father's Day tomorrow, we should salute Larry Jansen. There he is with the dark glasses. He's a father of 10. 5 boys, 5 girls. Happy Father's Day, Larry Jansen, with the dark glasses. Well, there's a break in the action here at Wrigley Field. Phoebus comes on, and the score now in the 8th inning, Cubs 5 and the Dodgers 2.
There's a house in Beaufort on the coast of North Carolina, built in 1698 as a mariner's guide and shelter. It's the perfect place to introduce Sears' new Weather Beater Latex, a unique paint that's tough enough for trim as well as siding. The Weather Beater, climate tested. Sears didn't just give this paint a name, it earned it. Weather Beater. Sears' best and toughest latex for great American homes like yours.
This is the new 2-bladed razor from Gillette, the Track 2. It shaves you better for 2 good reasons. 1, the first blade. It gets most of your whisker.
2, the second blade. It gets swifter, the first blade leaves behind. 2 blades. 2 good reasons why the Track 2 gives you such a close shave. How many reasons does your razor have? The new Gillette Track 2 twin blade shaving system. It's one blade better.
Some years ago, I had to make a choice between playing baseball or football, and I decided on baseball, and I'm sure glad I did. Baseball affords many more opportunities than any other major competitive sport. At my size, 5'10" and 150 pounds, I can't imagine that I could have made it in football or basketball. I have been a regular player for 6 years, so you don't have to be a big man to make the grade in baseball.
Preceding announcement made on behalf of Major League Baseball. Incidentally, some of the what we call crawls or statistical information, such as right now you see going across your screen, or that we give audio-wise here, are from Alan Roth, our demon statistician. His, what do you call it, Alan, your statoscope? And he's distributed this to all the Major League clubs. Very, very handy statoscope for immediate statistics in baseball. Alan Ross statoscope. Bobby Valentine facing Tom Phoebus. Phoebus is outside with that first pitch for a ball. 2 runs in for the Dodgers in the 8th. They're trailing 5-2. They have runners on first and second, nobody out. Wes Parker's at second. Bill Grabarkowitz is at first. And Tommy John and Hoyt Wilhelm, a left-hander and right-hander, in the Dodger bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes. Now they have changed to Jim Brewer, number 21. They had John. Brewer's a left-hander warming up with Wilhelm. Phoebus with his 2-0 pitch, 3-0. We better find the strike zone, or the Dodgers are going to have the bases loaded, nobody out.
And as Walter Olson mentioned, here we see the Cubs bullpen. That's Jack Aker on your left, Dan McGinn on your right for DeRocher.
3-0 pitch. 3-1 count. Bobby Valentine, who's had 1 hit in 3 times.
So as the game progresses, you get into the late innings, and that managerial strategy gets stronger and stronger, and the gears begin to mesh. Pitching changes, pinch hitters, defensive changes.
Fly ball into right center. Cardinal roaming over for it. In position to make the throw. 1 out. Parker stays at second. Grabarkowitz at first. Willie Davis coming up. Davis is grounded out, line to right, fly to center. 5-2 Chicago. The top of the 8th inning. The Dodgers' big chance to get back in this game. Tom Phoebus is 30 years old, acquired from San Diego early in the year, formerly with the Baltimore Orioles. Ball 1 to Willie Davis.
What's this unusual delivery and foul to? Straight overhand. Tom Phoebus, you think he doesn't put a little bit of effort behind his pitches?
He really falls to that first base side, doesn't he? He's out of position to field. I'd like him to come plant both feet facing home plate, be able to go left or right. A smash into right center. That ball tagged. Cardinal back. Right on the edge. And look how quickly he got rid of that ball and in. Boy, how he unloaded that ball and got it back in. Reminds me of that catch Willie Mays made off Vic Wirtz in the World Series. One of the incredible catches of all time when Mays was a youngster, caught the ball over his shoulder going away, whirled, and got it right back into the infield.
And just as everyone has said, every Cub player and everybody that's played the Cubs so far, this man has been the leader on this team. He has done everything. Jose Cardinal hit a home run already today, put the Cubs ahead 2-0. Now he makes a great throw back into the infield after a long run to right center.
Frank Robinson hasn't had the ball out of the infield. He bounced to the pitcher and struck out twice. 2 out. Runners on first and second. 0-1 to Robinson. For that overhand delivery, Phoebus, you saw, knocked his cap off. Walter Alston, always calm no matter what the situation. Strike 2. 0-2 to Robinson.
You know, that cap falling off as it did the last 2 pitches has got to be a little bit distracting to a hitter, Kurt. You're trying to concentrate and pick up the ball as quickly as you can. And I'm surprised some of the hitters don't go to the plate umpire and say, hey, get that guy to get a hat that fits him. They do it with sweatshirts. If a guy has a ragged-sleeved sweatshirt, a pitcher, they'll make him take the sweatshirt off, or if he's wearing white sleeves, and there's no reason why they shouldn't tell him to get a hat that fits him, or a rubber band under his chin or something.
Next base hit that Frank Robinson gets will be number 2,600 for him.
Here's where Randy Hundley wants him to make a real good pitch. 2 strikes and a tough hitter like Robinson, who's a good 2-strike hitter. Don't mess around. Don't waste any. Come in with your best pitch. We don't want to lose this man.
Runners on first and second, 2 away. 2 strikes to Robinson. Tried a breaking ball and missed. A ball and 2 strikes. The Dodgers have come up with 2 runs in the 8th. They're trailing 5-2. One-two delivery. 2-2. Robinson and Phoebus know each other. They were teammates together in Baltimore. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Those bullpen pitchers are ready now. They're just pacing themselves. Oh, slow and just missed. 3-2, 2 down. Runners will be going.
The essence of baseball right now, a tough situation. 2 men all alone, that pitcher against the hitter. Real confrontation.
Foul back.
What's the distraction? That hat falling off. He didn't even look like he was looking at the batter as he threw that pitch. Really uses a lot of effort.
Gonna snap that head off sometime. All right, let's set you up again. Wes Parker is at second base. Billy Grabarkowitz is at first, 2 down. A 3-2 count to Frank Robinson. Runners going. Struck him out. Phoebus will get a big hand as he goes into the Cub dugout. 2 runs for the Dodgers. 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. Going to the last of the 8th inning, Chicago 5, Los Angeles 2.
The concept of a Chrysler has never changed. It's been an automobile with a responsive, precise affection for the road. It's been an automobile that provided you with spaciousness, not to be found in a lesser car. It's been an automobile that carried you from place to place in maximum comfort. It's been an automobile built with integrity to last. It's been an automobile that comes only one way, big. And with this Chrysler, it's an automobile almost anyone can afford. The 1972 Newport Royal.
Next Saturday, our game of the week will be at Shea Stadium in New York. The St. Louis Cardinals against the Mets. Torrey, Brock, Lou, Sizemore, some of the Cardinal players you'll be seeing. The Mets will have Staub and Jones and Harrelson, Tommy Agee among theirs. Backup games, Pittsburgh at Chicago. Our pregame show will be the old-timers game at Shea Stadium. That's the players of the first decade for the Mets against old-timers of their opponents. Next Saturday and next Monday night, that's this coming Monday night, Tony and I will be in Pittsburgh for the second of our Monday night specials, the Dodgers and the world champion Pirates, with part two of the baseball broadcasters as the pregame show. Wes Parker's going to right field. He stays in the game, and he'll be batting in the number 9 position. He may get a crack up there in the 9th inning. So Frank Robinson is out after he struck out. And the oldest player in the major league, Hoyt Wilhelm, pitching in his 1,065th game. Every time he comes out, he extends his own major league record. A ball. This year, this is his 11th appearance. He has no wins, no losses. 48 years old and still active. 21st year in the major leagues, and they have the catcher's mitt for him, the soft flexible glove. There's his knuckler dancing around, 1-1. Paul Richards introduced that idea. Ball two when he managed to Wilhelm, and he had the catcher wear a flexible sort of first baseman's glove. There's really a catcher's mitt with all the padding and everything out of it, so you can just sort of slap that ball around. You don't have to worry about velocity on Wilhelm's pitches. 21 years in the majors for this fella, and after he pitched 7 years in the minor league, 28 years altogether. Ball 3-2 to Jim Hickman, to John Hitlison 3 times. He walks Hickman. One of baseball's successful pitchers now is another knuckleballer, Wilbur Wood, and he admits this man taught him the knuckleball, how to control it. Cardinal went down to talk. Here comes a pinch runner in. This is North.
We can see that strategy again taking place. Hickman going out of the ball game. Not as good defensively, nor is he as good a base runner, as fast a base runner as North. So DeRocher going to the strategy. We already saw Walt Alston make some moves when he kept Wes Parker in the game and let him in the number 9 spot. Save himself a pinch hitter possibly late in the ball game. Billy North running at first with outstanding speed. Jose Cardinal, let's see what the strategy is now after he conferred with his manager DeRocher. Cardinal hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd, fouled out in the 4th, struck out in the 6th. Cubs are leading 5-2 in the last of the 8th. Zabarkowitz in at third a little bit, looking for a possible bunt from Cardinal. But I doubt it. He's had a hot bat for this club. Hitting in the number 5 spot in RBI position. Avalanche Leo's going to want to have him take a crack at it.
That's the hardest pitch Wilhelm will throw in the game, right there.
I know with the difficulties in catching that knuckleball off Wilhelm, Leo may start that runner. Breaking ball or knuckleball, which is so difficult to catch, get rid of.
1-0 to Jose Cardinal. And you know, Tony, it's not easy to pluck the ball out of that big, soft, flexible glove. For the catcher. Trying to keep North close.
Looks like he was leaning toward second base, had an idea of going.
One ball, no strike. Runner going. Hit and run. Here comes North to third. Cardinals at first. The shortstop was going over to cover, and he hit the ball through the vacated spot.
Well, I believe that Duke Sims kind of caught a sign, knew that North was running, and he actually called a pitch out. It was a fastball that Wilhelm threw. The shortstop was covering all the way, left the hole vacant. Morey was looking for a pitch out all the way, as was Duke Sims, but Wilhelm made it too good. Sims stepped out, and the ball was almost in the strike zone.
Ron Sano with a line drive out to right, a single to left, and grounded out. 1 out of 3. Batting .314. Runners on first and third, nobody out. The Cubs ahead 5-2. The infield in now. A strike.
Dodgers can't afford to give up any more runs at this stage of the game. Got to go for that runner at the plate.
One and one. To Ron Sano.
To try and do that knuckleball, if at all possible, is have the pitcher get it up in the strike zone. Doesn't move quite as well, and you can see it a little bit better.
Runner going at first. The throw down. He's in there. Throw to third. He's back. Cardinal steals his 13th base in 19 attempts.
Watch Jose again. Buckner holds him on. Sims with a big glove, having a little bit of difficulty getting it out. Cardinal with that great speed in for his 13th stolen base. Attempt for a play at third base, but North back in easily.
A 2-1 count to Sano. There's your problem with a knuckler with a man on third. The Cubs last year were last in the National League in stolen bases. They only had 44 all year. This year now they have 36. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a fly ball to center, not too deep. Tagging at third is North. Willie Davis up. Here comes North. The throw. Bounces over the head, is backed up by Wilhelm there. And over to third goes Cardinal. North scores on a fly ball. Not too deep in the left center. Wilhelm alertly backed up the throw that hops over the head of the catcher from Willie Davis. Cardinal alertly moved to third on the throw to the plate.
Look at Davis getting in position to get rid of the ball quickly. Gets something on, and I think he tried to throw the ball all the way on the fly. Cardinal, as the runners comes in, the ball bounds past Duke Sims. Cardinal very alertly goes into third base, and now let's keep our eye on him. He may steal home on you.
Manzone up with the infield. Still in, a ball to him. 6-2 Chicago. Last of the 8th. Sano got a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. The stretch. There's a long fly, a deep left. This will score Cardinal. Crawford takes it, and Cardinal can crawl home. 7-2 Chicago. Manzone has a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. You know, if you figure out the percentages, Tony, many times during the year with a runner on third, 1 out, nobody out, it's hard for a club to come up with that fly ball to the outfield to get a man in.
Wilhelm getting the ball up in the strike zone. I know he has the kind of knuckleball that he can make dip downward to get the ground ball, but he hasn't been able to do it so far today.
Randy Hundley is grounded out, single and sacrifice. Bounding ball foul. Two outs, bases empty. That's it, foul again. And a strike two to Hundley. The Dodgers' last chance in their ninth, they'll have Buckner, Sims, and Crawford up. Big, enthusiastic crowd today. Two-strike pitch. Outside. I think the most loyal Cub fan who's come here the longest is Jack Rosenthal of Casper, Wyoming, who's the general manager of NBC's TV and radio affiliate there. Been a Cub fan all his life. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's hit to third, foul. Leo DeRocher, watching his club ride a hot streak. They opened the season slowly. They lost 9 of their first 11 games. Since then, they've won 28 of their last 41. Dodgers have gone the other way. They've lost 6 of their last 10. 1-2 pitch. Foul again. I think the Pirates have won something like 22 of their last 27, 28, something like that. They started slowly, too, but they gathered steam. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Nubbed off the end of the bat. Buckner goes over, steps on the bag, and the Cubs are out in the 8th, but they picked up 2 more runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left. So at the end of the 8th inning, it's Chicago 7 and Los Angeles 2.
If you think Budweiser's sort of special, that's all the more reason to.
Pick a pear, buy Bud. Pick a pear, 6-pack, buy Bud. Pick a pear, 6-pack, buy Bud.
It's the smart way to buy. Look for this special display at stores everywhere and pick up 2 6-packs of the King of Beers.
When you say Budweiser, you say pick a pear, 6-pack, buy Bud.
Oh. Think about it.
All right, we're going now the top of the 9th inning. And remember, next Saturday, our game of the week will be the Cardinals and the Mets from Shea Stadium in New York with our pregame show, the Old Timers game.